Shit, sing it, bro.
We tease them a lot because we got them on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. That was my shit, man. I was always wondering where the fuck he went. Mr. Carter. That's right. You're now rocking with the best. Youngstown's own 3 PMD. Tank up in Eddie.
Rock this motherfucker with 3 dog ways.
All right.
Oh shit,
hold on. I thought we had it. Here we go. Yeah. That's right. You're not rocking with the best. Youngstown Zone 3 PMD. Tank up in Eddie. A Sway Room Death Pop production. And you are now listening to the legendary sounds of Beat Down Ride. What we always do about this time. Anything that comes out of my mouth or the quartermaster's mouth do not represent the views and opinions of the man with many names, Mr. Eddie Westside. For all you women that need something to love and squeeze on. But you can't because he belongs to the house, to the lady of the house. Eddie Ruxpin. 2022's very own Mr. 2020. And you know him and love him. The lady of the house's very own DJ, LOH's very own, Youngstown's very own, one of 3 PMD, Mr. Eddie motherfucking Coppola, goddammit. Shout out K Slave, Kid Capri, Old Money, DJ Beat Down Brown, DJ LOH on the 1s and 2s, the man in the myth that describes and discusses the man in the myths, Mr. motherfucking J Drizzy, goddammit. And the Oracle himself, the engineer, the Cuddy, Mr. Quartermaster.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying.
Let's get this shit cracking. Let's fight this goddamn evil. What's happening?
Mr. Bibbity.
Y'all can see I was rusty from not having the music.
Yeah.
He jumped the shark. He's
right.
Like, hold on, back up.
Hey, even in my shit, it didn't run smooth, but it ran smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
My man got his energy back.
Yes.
Hey, brother got some sleep, huh?
Brother got some sleep. I just need a shower now. Had to peel the shirt off I had on earlier.
It bees like that, fam. It bees like
Hell
that.
Yeah, I've been running, man. The other shout out I gotta say, man, shout out to the new subscribers, man.
Indeed, man.
Yes,
indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate you all.
Yeah, between last week's show and this week's show, man, we shit. Yeah.
Through the roof.
Y'all need to get
our standards. Yeah, we through the roof.
Right. Get us to 300 by 300. We need 300 by next week. I settle for $1 million.
300 to be Gucci.
Yeah, 300 be Gucci. Yeah, but shout out to you all, man, and shout out that last show that shit was right with the views, man.
Yeah. We finally getting some numbers.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, it's working out, man. It's slow, but it's moving. It's progressing. I'm digging it.
I figured that, man. You know, some gentlemen I paid attention to over a period of time, man. A few years now. It took him some time, man.
Yeah.
I mean, even Mr. Samuels, man, you know, he was at what 500,000 before he had that spurt that shot him up to.
It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn, but it's burning. You know, so
absolutely.
As long as we keep plugging and like I said, man, we doing what we do. So
right on.
Yeah, man. How are you guys this weekend? Yeah, what the fuck is today? Yeah.
Hey, no, it's a working man's weekend. Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, man, it's it's moving. You know, like you said, man. I look up and come up for air once in a while. I be forgetting. I'm at work forgetting what day it is. Man, you know what I mean? Because we on that rinse, wash, repeat shit. So
yeah.
You know,
Shit wear you down.
There's got to be more to life than this.
Yeah, definitely. You pop your head up and you look up and see what's going on. It's kind of like, man, I kind of glad I'm on this program right now because there's a lot of fuckery going on. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man.
Right on.
Yeah, I end up losing one of my uncles this past week.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
brother.
man. It's just man, it sucks, man. He was a true angler. I'm talking about the most gangster motherfucker that you could ever encounter.
Scared the shit out of Ray Donovan.
Bro, I'm telling you, like that. He was a black Ray Donovan. This dude can fix anything. Dude was a straight angler, man. You could just throw a problem at him. He was like, and
I'll be back.
The cat talked in whispers, so you know the shit was dope.
Yeah,
man. You know what you can do with that?
right.
Check this out.
And every time somebody like that of that stature or whatever, you lean in like, go ahead,
right?
Lay it on me. What you? What?
Well, I'll be damned.
Pretty much.
True G, and he will be missed, man. For real.
I had no clue.
Rest in paradise, man. Rest in paradise. Where's he at?
Toledo.
Okay.
Toledo, yeah.
He's at that Detroit way, huh?
Yeah, man. He mixed it. He mixed it up, man. Dude was he lived the life of a street legend. Like pictures with fucking Tyson, ringside. Vegas, all this stuff, man.
We all got that one in the family, the one that ran, who his name, rung bells in the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you so and so's nephew. Mm-hmm. And everybody move. Let him through, because if he find out I didn't give you the VIP, it's gonna be a problem.
Hey, man, I got one story. This is show how gangster this cat was. His truck guys, he was big into cars and stuff, always had the latest, like, rare shit. And he went up to the mall shopping one time. Somebody stole his car. They brought that motherfucker back. When have you ever heard somebody get car get stolen? They bring it back.
You know what? My fault. I filled it up. I saw you was on a quarter tank. Here you go. Didn't know who we're fucking with. I'm sure they probably got in it and somebody told them, like, you do know who car you stole.
Black John Wick.
Right. Yeah. And if you know best and you want to see, your next birthday, you might want to go ahead and bring it back and back it into his driveway.
Right. And run. Fast, motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to him. Shit, I love him, and see him soon.
No. But yeah,
we'll see each other.
We'll see each other on the other side, man. Not soon. On the other side. See you soon. No,
no, I didn't mean that like that. I didn't mean it like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. Oh shit, we got some crazy topics this week, man.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let me pack this.
Let Quartermaster go ahead and get his
medicine.
Staple. Yeah, you gotta get the medicine going, man. He can't work without medicine.
Right. You gotta have that brother all the way right.
Yeah. Let's see. All right.
Ohio. So now, hey man, no more classes, huh?
I guess not. I mean, but okay, so Mike DeWine signs this bill allowing CCWs without a permit. And prior to this bill being passed, you had to take like an 8 or 16-hour class. I think it started out as like 16 hours. They dropped it down to 8, and then you had to get a background check by the local sheriff, pay a fee, and then a couple months later, it hit you back up with a CCW card. But the bad thing is that once you got your CCW and you got pulled over by the police, if you didn't rattle off like, hey, cop, before you ask me any questions, I got a gun on me in the car or whatever, that was a felony if you didn't tell them.
You had it or you had your CCW?
That's a lot of
No. Did you had your gun on you and you didn't inform the officer before he had, before he asked him? That was the first thing that's supposed to come out your mouth. And look, I'm armed. Now, if you didn't tell him that, it was a felony. All right. But if you were carrying a gun illegally and didn't tell a cop, it wasn't a felony.
What?
Yeah. So check this out. Like if you were just carrying a gun concealed and you didn't have a permit and you didn't say shit to the police, they couldn't hit you with that extra felony. Like, so the law was screwed up from the beginning. And yeah, it took one of the local cops to run that down to me, like, hey man, this shit doesn't make any sense, you know. This is the reason why. But yeah, now it's now you can carry your piece without a class or a permit and
Anything, just packing. As long as you not a felon, you're good.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I mean, my only problem is, man, you know, that's cool. That's cool. And I'm with it because I'm a gun enthusiast. But at the same time, man, Mike DeWine need to say something to the police, these police officers out here. Again, I would never sit and point the finger at all of them. But it's plenty of videos on the internet where you have a brother and they don't give a fuck about his permit. I mean, we can look no further than where was that, Minneapolis or Minnesota?
Yeah, shot girlfriend in the car.
With his girlfriend in the car. He told the officer, hey man, I got a piece on me.
Yep.
And the motherfucker just got nervous and we saw what ensued. But I mean, you know, I'm with it, but it seemed to be different. You could see in you know the certain portions of the population seem to be able to motherfucking come up with excuses for every goddamn thing. Like, oh, well, what about these fucking guys open carrying these loaded assault rifles? Well, you know, it's different. You know,
the Patriots, man. What are you talking about? The Patriots, fucking Patriots.
It's legal. But then when you look at, say, the brother over in Dayton, again, I can't remember his name. He was in there buying a rifle. Some asshole lied and said he was walking around with the shit. They ain't asked one question. They just shot the fuck out of it. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, he did this, and like you said, man, the rollout should have been a whole lot better.
Hell yeah.
It should have been more like, this is what this is the criteria. You know what I mean?
Right.
I need for the police to try to
right.
Like, look, and now everybody has the right. And when I mean everybody, I mean people of color.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Don't be trigger happy now, thinking that everybody, you know what I mean?
Right. John Crawford
is trying to shoot you.
Because see, here's the other thing too, bro, and just, you know, I'm gonna be brief with it. That's also a trick bag. It's also a trick bag.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, all right, motherfuckers ain't got permits, so we gonna be able to catch a lot of felons this way. Carrying, you know, motherfuckers who don't have, because you ain't getting no permit if you a felon.
Right.
You wasn't getting one anyway. Now ain't nobody gotta have, you know, the motherfuckers. And you know, what if you know, get caught with that shit? I think I talked myself into a weird circle there, but
my dude, is it illegal to have certain like ammo in your clip?
No, I mean that went back to what, that shooting in New York back in the 90s where they used black talons.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
that's
those were promoted as being armor piercing
killers.
because they had Teflon coating on them or some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Which they're not. They're not. They never were, and the Teflon was just a marketing gimmick.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I remember that black talon.
Yeah, because remember,
you can't have that type of ammo in your clip or whatever. That's a tack on another felon.
Yeah.
Or felony. I'm sorry.
And the doctors was all afraid because it was like, yeah, when it enters your body, it opens up in the hooks and it cuts our gloves and we get infected in you. Okay,
it was a whole big thing, but I never,
man,
followed up on to see if they then took it off the books or anything. Because like you said, they're going to start pulling people over, and if they find out they got the they got a weapon in the vehicle, you don't think they're going to pop out the clip and see what they got in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain ammos that are restricted by the ATF, I believe. Those armor piercing rounds, something with the bullet has to have like a metal insert in it. But yeah, rifles will penetrate body armor. You know what I mean? So now that really doesn't make any sense, because if you have a handgun that pierces armor, it could be one of those AR-15 pistols,
right.
But I don't know. Hey, the ATF is they just got a lot of strange rules written by bureaucrats and not. I don't know. Maybe not gun enthusiasts. Just they come out with so many strange laws. Like the pistol braces thing, where if
you saw that shit,
if the stock of the rifle wraps around your wrist, or if it's able to be wrapped around your wrist, then it can qualify as a pistol, and it doesn't have to have a certain barrel length. And if it doesn't, then it's a short barrel rifle, and now it's illegal. And they're ridiculous laws, man. They're crazy.
But
it's
now
all meant to.
They're not common sense laws.
They just opened up Pandora's box now in Ohio.
It's
going to sweep across the nation, man. It's going to happen.
It's all meant to stop motherfuckers. But look, California, man, all of this shit. You got featureless rifles. You got to disassemble. You can't have no more than a 10-round mag. Then when you want to take the mag out, you got to disassemble the rifle. It's a button you got to push. You got to lift it up, push it out, and then like, come on, man. Like the best you can do is a M1A SOCOM or some shit like that, because it's featureless. But
by the time I do all that, I done got shot 18 times.
18 motherfucking times.
They got rules in California where you can't have bayonet lugs on your rifles or whatever. It's like
a nigga just going.
You're worried about getting cut by a bayonet and not being shot by a rifle.
Right.
Yeah.
Fix bayonets. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
Fuck is his glory.
When you was soldiering, how many of your buddies said they bayoneted a motherfucker?
Right.
Ain't nobody used that shit.
He was like, man, we used those knives, man. They cut the best potatoes.
There you go.
But I think this law is good because it gets rid of the extra penalties they put on legal gun owners. If you get pulled over by the cops and you have a CCW and you forget to tell them because you're so worked up by getting pulled over by the fucking cops, and it slips your mind, it isn't the first thing that comes out of your mouth. They hit you with a felony, and it's like, hey man, this dude was following all the rules up until he forgot to mention this. Right. And you as a police officer assume that everybody's armed. So what's the difference? If you're going to make the assumption everybody's armed, then treat everybody like they're armed.
I think my issues is like, I think most of these gun laws are too strict. I'm not saying we shouldn't have any, but my whole point is this. I've said it on the show before. Motherfucking the bad guys ain't following no rules. They got what the fuck they want. And when you put these laws in place that prohibit people from having this and prohibit people from having that, you leave people open to being harmed and victimized and shit. You leaving motherfuckers naked. These motherfuckers got Dracos with extendos, but I got a 10-round clip. I got to count I got to count my shit while that motherfucker get to just let them off.
That's what I got a problem with, is those extendos. You shouldn't have a drum on a handgun. You know what I mean? That, to me, I see. Look, big old Tank. He like, man, I don't care if I could buy it. You know what I'm saying? I could put it on my shit. I don't care. But no, there should be a fucking limit, man. Just
I feel like
regular clip, nothing extended. You know what I mean? Make all those 13, 14 rounds count. You know what I mean?
What is that? What is that? When you listen, man, again, you got people with Dracos and just shit, period, right?
Yeah.
This shit ain't registered, none of that shit. You got motherfuckers with ghost guns, all kind of shit. We can get into the whole ghost gun controversy.
Yeah.
But they tell us here, you can take these 10 rounds and be happy and disassemble. You can disassemble that shit. And good luck to that. So now you just better be a hell of a shot. You know what I'm saying? And on your shit. Because it's like I said, it just makes no sense. It leaves people vulnerable, man. Like, nah, if that motherfucker got an armory, I should be able to come back at this motherfucker with an armory.
It depends on what state you're in, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Depending on what state you're in.
Yeah.
Hey, I with those extended clips, I think most of that is just doing it just because it's America. those really aren't that. Nobody has. Like, who's going to load up 2 50-round drums for a Glock and try to carry that into somewhere? I mean, they're range toys.
I got you. I feel it, but it's the fact that, man, when you're watching these damn kids' videos now, that's all you see, and it scares the hell out of me. Like, yeah, they're playing around, but they have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no, knockoff drum. If he has it, that's what it is. You know what I mean? The damn extended clip is touching the ground.
Yeah.
I was like, are you Jesus?
Hey man, you give me 6 rounds and I'll hold off 7 people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need an extended clip. No.
All I need is Rambo knife, motherfucker.
That's it. You just need your bayonet.
That's it. Give me that bayonet.
That's it, man.
You ever see John Wick with a bayonet?
Oh.
Yeah. Give me a broken 40 bottle.
There you go.
But
hey, that's some good shit.
One of the other things people were bringing up was that this is going to lead to more senseless violence. That whole
come on, that's the political talking point. Get the fuck out of here.
Facts.
Yes.
That's all that is.
That's all that is. We can stop that right there. That's all that is.
You can file that right next to the Willie Horton shit.
Thank you. That's it. Same old shit. Don't even start with that one.
Right.
It's the same game.
Right.
Yeah. Realistically, I don't think anything's going to change. The people that carry guns are going to continue to carry guns.
Thank
There's
you.
not going to get too many more people carrying guns because they didn't want to fill out a permit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. It's nonsense.
What?
One second. You continue on, gentlemen.
But it's just it's Ohio. Like I said, it's gonna start spreading. It's gonna make its way out west.
Yeah,
it may stop in Nevada, but who knows?
You gotta understand, like, most of these states are open carry anyway.
Facts.
And, you can dress up like a cowboy, have your 6-shooter on the side, and walk down the street, and it's completely legal. You might turn a lot of heads,
Yeah, but you get through it.
Yeah.
Fucking believable. I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, that's we got to touch on that.
Yeah, things change. I think it's it doesn't go into effect till June 21st or something like that.
Yeah, still don't matter. It's on the books. It's coming, and I'm sure the cops are all like, well, like you said, treat everybody as if that's how they train. So just be on the lookout now.
I don't think anything's going to change.
No, and I thought, once you get your CCW, quick last question on this shit. You have to maintain it, right? You can't let that lapse, right?
Right. You got to go back and get it renewed every couple of years, like a driver's license.
Fuck.
Yeah. But that's all gone now. So.
Yeah, because a friend of mine was trying to go Metro out here, dude I work with, and he got denied. He took the physical and all that stuff because he let his CCW out here lapse. And they were like, that's a big no-no for if you're trying to go Metro. You can't have, a lapse in your registration. And he was like, man, I got DQ for that. I was like, are you serious? He was like, yeah, they sent me a letter.
Jeez, I bet they'll take him now. I'm sure. All these police departments are fucking short on people.
Yeah,
I bet they'll take him now.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 years back or whatever, he was trying to, level up, and they were like, hell no. He was like, I had no idea that damn thing lapsed. I was like, well, shit, you didn't pay the bill.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, what if he just stopped carrying? He still got to get a renewed?
I don't know. That's what I was asking you about that whole deal about the you have to keep it current.
I don't. I got pulled over one time, but mine had lapsed, and carry a fucking gun. Yeah, and I just told him it lapsed, and he was like, don't have any guns in the car. It's like, nope, so it's good to go. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. DQ.
Yeah. He let it lapse. That's what I want to know on your side, if it was the same as far as, if you was trying to apply for, the force, if you had a lapsed CCW.
Man, I don't know. I'm sure they're now using all those extra qualifiers, man, disqualifiers, because they're gonna have a hard time replacing all these cops. I'm sure their numbers are low, and they had to have a bunch of people retire over the last couple of years, all these damn riots and bullshit.
Riots and the pandemic is like, I don't want to be enforcing this shit. I'm done. I'm taking my vacation, and after that, 2 fingers.
Shit, there's a lot of them ain't even retired. They fall back.
Yeah.
They let shit happen like a motherfucker.
Yeah, they're just riding it.
Be
like
fun? Okay.
Okay, that's cool.
Have fun.
Yeah. I'll be at Dunkin' Donuts.
There you go.
All right, man. Get that little weasel face off the screen, man.
Mike
I can't stand that dude.
Yeah, he's slippery. Here we go. Yeah. What I've been talking about, man.
What I say, man.
Yeah.
Pendulum is swinging the other way.
Yeah, here we go. This is the honorary winner. You know, come on, dude.
Now,
you know damn well you got the advantage.
This
motherfucker.
That motherfucker's a Viking tranny. Look how big he is.
Right.
Like, Jesus Christ, man. This dude is like 6'5".
I thought there was like a height limit or something like for those categories.
Man, listen.
Because all you got to do is jump and you halfway home. You jump in the pool, you halfway home.
Look at this. First of all, this is the thing. Again, we already talked about where they showing how trans men ain't winning shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
no. Sorry to stop you, but we were talking about, when you brought up when the trans was doing that UFC stuff.
Yeah.
And was breaking, this is
breaking women's code. This is the same thing.
Yeah, this is the same thing.
Yeah. And my thing about it is this motherfucker, they showed his rankings amongst men. He was ranked like 460 something.
Wow.
He's the top collegiate swimming. And women's collegiate swimming. This big motherfucker. See, that's what I'm saying, man. The pendulum is starting to swim the other way. And the people are starting to speak. They like, if you motherfucking politicians are going to keep playing the games, then we'll take care of it ourselves. If that motherfucker wins, then we gonna applaud the second place winner. And look, they know, the girls know what they doing. Look, and shout out to them, man, because this shit is single-handedly destroying women's sports. Not that I watch this shit, but that's
hey, this is what's going to have to happen.
It's going to have to happen.
Yeah, for people to actually take full, note and like, look, come on now, fair is fair. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Come on now, that's just a disqualifier.
But
you can't do that. But everybody want to preach equality,
right? And
across the board, that's not equal.
No, it's not. Look at that motherfucker. And we're gonna have to quit playing these games. Oh, there's no scientific proof that bullshit. Look at this motherfucker. What I see is proof. The other thing is, women gonna have to stop this. We're equal to men. We can compete with men shit. Yeah. You can't even compete with the men that don't want to be men. Tell me where I'm lying. I ain't use no epithets or nothing. I didn't say nothing wrong. I'm just saying you can't compete with the men that don't even want to be men.
There you go. No name calling. That was it. That was straight down the line.
See what I'm saying?
Beautiful. Yeah, exactly. And it's going to have to keep stinging them like this time and time again for them to realize, you know what? Second place ain't looking too bad. You know what I mean? Like, do you want to be, do you want the gold or you want the silver?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Are we going to come to a point where, like, they just have a separate category? Or, or we just going to have a bunch of asterisks in the in the history books?
Yep.
Like, what do you do from here? Because
they're going to have to keep getting stung. That's all. They're going to have to keep getting stung, and then they're going to be like, you know what? Enough's enough. We're done with this,
man. When I see shit like this, it reminds me of that South Park episode where one of the little boys' dad turned himself into a goddamn dolphin, and he was wondering why dolphin people weren't getting the rights that they deserve and shit. It's like, where do we go from here?
Wait a minute. Go back. Would you say?
Man, on South Park, one of the kids' dad went to a like a surgeon and like became half man, half dolphin, and was working towards equal dolphin people rights. It was they were just making a point was like, hey man, we got trans, and then we got these people that are like no sex,
Right.
and then
Themselves?
yeah, them and like.
Bro,
Where do
let
you
me
go
say,
from here? I
let
mean,
me
because
say
there's going to
this.
be people that want to be like half cheetah and shit.
You ever see that This Is Jazz shit?
Yeah, I saw the previews. I never watched the episode. But
Okay,
yeah, go ahead.
we come across a little bit of it. It was one of the, I think it was the first or second season when this motherfucker was like, "Yeah, I want to be a girl," and so you know, of course, before the show started, he'd be going through the process. Well, around this time, the youngin entered high school and was upset. Why don't any of the boys like me, motherfucker? Because they know that you got what they got. They know. You can't listen, man. That's the thing that's not being preached to these people. Like, you can't expect, as much as the government and everybody else force us with the dead name and then the protected class, you can't expect motherfuckers to live the fantasy with you, to play along with you. Motherfucker, like, this is your fantasy. Rock out with your cock out. But don't expect me to go along with it and say, all right, well, you grew your hair out now. Cause see, I was having conversation with somebody one time, and it was like, "Oh, a penis don't make you a man. Sexual organs don't make you a man or a woman. But growing your hair out and wearing makeup, the fuck does."
He fucks boys.
Yeah, whoever said that, whoever you had that conversation
yeah.
with, man, they
I
were.
said, "Nigga,
You can't.
He didn't had a bunch of mussy.
right,
Yeah,
right, steamy, nasty." Like, you just like, I mean, just the fact. I mean, look, these situations where parents are finding out that this big 6'7" motherfucker in the dress and makeup in the library reading to their kids was a pedophile. We keep hearing that shit. These women going into the spa and a motherfucker just coming out with his dick out talking about, "Yeah, I'm a girl too," in front of their daughters. These incidents are gonna keep happening. These situations where you got this fucking Norseman. This dude looked like the mountain from goddamn what's that shit? The
Game of Thrones.
The Game of Thrones. This motherfucker looked like the mountain.
yeah. Like I said,
He's
man.
standing there all moist and shit like that. No, bro, you can't expect people to play along with you. And you fucking with these girls' parents and shit now. Now, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it. You got these upper class white people's kids in these schools. They don't want to see their kids getting beat by no fucking Neanderthal.
You again fucking with the brand. They paid all this money. These kids and went through all this training and everything to get beat by, Kevin Love. You know what I mean? Shit.
Hey, I got something for you. Since you mentioned it. Yeah, check this out. Exclusive. We're uncomfortable in our own locker room. Lia Thomas, UPenn teammate, tells how the trans swimmer doesn't always cover up her male genitals when changing.
Come on,
and
man.
their concerns go ignored by the coach.
Come on, man.
This motherfucker walking around a locker room with other women, swinging pipe.
Right.
Like, no, stop.
Yeah, right.
Like, stop. Somebody's got to make accommodations for this
say?
motherfucker and get him the fuck out of the
What I just say? Go change in the principal's bathroom, motherfucker. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Switch that off, man.
Come on, man.
Need to be seeing that. I can't finish my drink now. What are you doing, man?
Hey, man. That's the photo, man. That's the photo that was online.
Come on, man.
Okay. But I'm just saying.
I get it.
Right.
They gotta look at it too.
Nah, the world needs to see his ass. All right.
Watch what happens. One day he gonna come up out that water.
Yeah.
And that dick go pop out.
Hey, man.
They're gonna be like, that's enough. That's enough.
That's DQ. DQ.
Right. I just got a long labia.
See.
Yeah. Nah.
Oh man. Yeah, right is right and wrong is wrong. It's,
man.
You're competing on that level or whatever. I mean, these are, people are trying to get to that next level and they can't because they getting they're getting stymied.
Right.
That's
We need little Boosies to talk about this shit. His dick came out, man. Hey, man, his dick came out, man.
What does Lil Boozy think about this shit? Yeah. We gotta get it. We gotta get Boozy on, man.
Where do we go from here? Because they're already, like everybody's already like, look, second place won. Okay.
Yeah.
But like, will they have their own league?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Because everybody, this society that we're in now, everything is, equality across the board. You know what I mean? No matter how or what you identify as, you should be treated as equal, as anybody. But in competition, there's going to be some limits. There are going to be some boundaries set. It's coming because like stated how he was ranked with the dudes. Now he switches over just because he can identify as whatever. Now he's winning. She's winning. Sorry,
Yeah. Do you think this trans woman thinks of herself as the Jackie Robinson?
I won't go that far to say that.
Watch the shit come up.
No,
these women must feel the same way as when they integrated baseball.
No, those are oxymorons, just like the gay Tupac. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, that's not working. No, that's not going to work.
Whatever happened with remember a few years back they had that African runner, Simenoya Troy or something like that. And they disqualified her from I don't know how many games. I think they stopped her from running. But they have here a grown-ass man.
Yes.
That is a woman now.
That now
identifies as a woman. Openly competing and beating the shit out of the competition.
Yeah.
Like,
my thing is, she has to live with that, knowing that she won, but social media was like, no, you lost. You know what I mean? Pretty much, you can never win in that category. Let social media tell it. You know what I mean? She's outcasted. No matter how bad she beat the competition from here on out, she's already, you know what I mean? It's kind of like one of those, they're going to force her to kind of tap out.
I don't
It's
know.
going to be like, nothing you can do will, appease the masses.
I don't know, man. Because in this culture, you will find a small minority of people that will try to outcast.
Got you.
The greater.
I hear you, man. We live in a society, bro, where you can't shame the shameless.
I mean, but they're going to start shaming people for pointing the obvious out.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty much where we are right now. It's like I cannot not see what I see.
Yeah,
and back to Al's point where the young lady went to school, who now identifies as a young lady, and was mad because none of the boys saw what she saw in the mirror. You know what I mean? It was like, I just can't unsee what I know to be true.
Yeah.
And that's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just
what's that?
My preference. When you're talking about when was that show you were talking about, the little girl who now
Jazz.
Yeah, when she went to school and none of the boys was feeling her.
Right.
It was like, yeah, a lot of people are not gonna jump on the bandwagon. They're not going to accept you as is, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the society that we're in. You have a right to say, I'm not attracted to that. That's not my bag. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not being, discriminatory or anything like that. It's just that's not the little boy's preference.
Well,
I mean,
go ahead.
with this, these are all adults. You know, they're women in college, right? I mean, but the sharing of locker rooms. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's got to be
Yeah.
happening in grade school now. You know, where they have
Yeah.
to be inclusive to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's been happening. You didn't see the. Well, I've been following this shit, right? So there was a 5, 6, 7-year-old little boy. And then I'm gonna share another little story with you guys. Little boy. They parents decided that they said that the boy decided he wanted to be a girl. They dyed motherfucker's hair. The teachers, principals, and all of them, they said, well, you know what? Okay, well, look, we're gonna let him use the bathroom in the principal's bathroom. Whenever he needs to go, we let him use the bathroom so he's not scrutinized. That wasn't good enough for the parents. This kid, we gotta let him go to. He need to be able to go. She need to be able to go to bed with go to the bathroom with the other girls. Well, look, we'll let him use the faculty bathroom. She needs to be able to go to the bathroom with the other girls. Fuck with all the other girls. These other girls were so fucking uncomfortable. They told their parents, and it was just like, do you think they gave a fuck? And I'm like, that's on the parents that they didn't pull their children out of that school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was a guy, apparently white guy. Apparently his daughter went to the bathroom, woman's bathroom. He waited outside the door, and he ran in there because his daughter started screaming. I guess this motherfucker was trying to get into the bathroom. There was a guy saying that, hey, you know, I'm a trans, but it was trying to get to the little girl. So you keep seeing these cases that they keep, again, the spa where motherfucker had his dick all out in front of the daughter. And we can just keep going on and on about this shit where it's like these girls are like, nah, I don't want this motherfucker in here. But, you know, again, for me, like I said, I understand that you may feel a certain way in your head. That's fine. But you can't expect other people to feel the same way. Genuine had to deal with this shit. He was on that show, Celebrity Big Brother or something like that. And there was a trans person on there. And the motherfucker was asking him questions. And Genuine, in his polite way, was like, nah, I only deal with women. And the motherfucker put his arms around G and tried to kiss him. And he was like, no. All of a sudden, Genuine, they was trying to label him transphobic. But then enough brothers came out, enough black folks was like, hey, this motherfucker was really physically assaulting him.
Yeah.
Right. Like, what the fuck?
If I say no, don't touch me. That's what anybody.
And that's what people said, big bro. They was like, what the fuck? No, he kept telling this person no. And the motherfucker put their arms around him. And the sad thing, it was some sister on there. Oh, he's so transphobic. He shouldn't have did that. Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about?
Transphobic just because you wouldn't let a big motherfucker in a dress hug and kiss you. That ain't transphobic.
Right. But let it but breathe on the bitch nowadays. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I mean, that's just, the double standard. A dude can't say no.
Right. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Like, don't invade my space. I don't care who you are. I don't know you. And like, first of all, I'm G.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna need 50 feet. You know
I've been singing the pussy all these years. You can do that shit. You take it to Tank who do them concerts. Don't do that shit. T.
Motherfucker's sucking multiple dicks and still claim he ain't gay.
Oh man,
you can suck 4 or 5 dicks and you
dude
already
need
gay.
the check, man. Dude need the check.
He like money is money. Is it really now?
Nah.
But it's just a bad thing that's going on in society, man. Like, if you want to help these people, fine. I'm not saying send motherfuckers to conversion camps. I'm not saying pray the gay away or whatever. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is go live your life, be happy, live it to the best of your ability. But don't tell me that I got to participate in your fantasy. It's people that don't want to be around me, and it's people that discriminate against me as a black man. People, it happens to all races. It's people that don't want to be around me. So I do not force these motherfuckers to be around me. I don't sit up there and say I'm gonna go and I'm going to patronize your establishment, and I know you don't want me to fuck in here.
Right.
You're not sit and tell me that I gotta. Yeah, I know you're not a goddamn woman.
Yeah.
Now you don't tell me about scientific evidence and you trying to find a gay gene and all this other bullshit. It's a crock of shit, and we seeing it. And like I said, the pendulum is starting to swing in the other direction. Iowa, there ain't no more of this shit over in Iowa. They just passed legislation. Yeah, motherfucker. If you was born a dude, if you was born a male, you ain't competing in women's athletics.
See, I mean, they're like I said, it's stuff like this. This is the prime example. It's going to have to keep happening. When these kids starting to, this is the generation where everybody gets a, participation award.
But there you go.
You know what I mean? But now they want in college, it's time to level up. Forget the participation. Now it's competition.
Right.
And now they start getting blown out the water. Now they got to start looking at like, somebody, got to pay for this. Somebody's going to have to be the fall person.
It's crazy, man.
I don't give a fuck about women's sports. I can tell you that one right now. What I do give a fuck about is old boy changing and swinging puck in the women's locker room.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
Number one, that's my job to do. And
right.
Number two, I don't want you doing it around my daughter.
Absolutely.
There it is.
I'm telling you what's going to happen. Watch. The WNBA been complaining about money for years.
Wow.
They're gonna start. Hey, just
wow.
Hey, look, nigga, just put this wig on.
Man, I pictured that in my head, man, and I was like, dude, that's a money maker. But yeah,
if we could just get two of you on the team,
that's a money maker.
D-Wade, listen.
See, yeah, see.
If we got 2 slots, you and your daughter can come.
See,
I quit. I'm saying.
That's it, man. Tank roll that.
Come on, man.
Roll that beautiful bean footage, man. Yeah.
Look at the quarterback.
God,
come on, man.
In his best boosty voice.
Don't cut his dick off, man.
Oh my God. Oh shit.
Oh man.
Sorry, man, to bring it down a little bit. This is one of those that's like for my folks who have kids. That happening at a birthday party and somebody brought their kid and allowed them to even make something like that and not explain the ins and outs of how hurtful that shit is. It's ridiculous, man. I saw that it was just like, the little girl reading it and it went over her head.
Of course. Kids,
you know what I mean? Because, she didn't know, but it's these fucking parents, man. That's what I said. This racism shit, man. It starts at home.
Yeah.
You mess with a baby or whatever. Baby look at you. All they know is like, I don't give a damn if you black, white, candy stripe. Pick me up. I don't care who you are. It's that shit at home that these parents put into their kids' heads thinking that shit is cute. It's ridiculous, man.
See, in the story, she also said, and they invited my little girl over to their daughter's house.
That part.
Now,
go ahead. Because I had a part 2 to that. When you brought that point up, it triggered a part 2 as how do you guys feel about sleepovers in this day and age, especially single fathers?
Hell nah. Hell no.
See what I'm saying?
Everybody touching kids and shit now. There's so many. The pedophile game is on fleek right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your kid come home walking funny and hate you for the rest of your fucking life because you sent them to have a good night.
Yeah, I wanted to get the perspective on sleepover, and also not just what if your kid had a birthday party and it turned into a sleepover?
Yeah, see,
you know what I'm saying? How does that work in today's society?
Well, see, my daughter want to have a sleepover with her friend. And, off rip, I said, I won't be dealing with that. I told my wife, I said, I'm not, I probably stay in the room the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Because First of all, it's not even, and not putting this on that little girl, because my daughter's friend's a sweet little girl, but it's not even just that anything can happen. It's anything can also be said.
Yeah.
Anything
Got
can
it.
also be said. And they're gonna believe a child before they believe a brother. Or any man for that matter. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
Okay.
not a chance I'm willing to take. And then again, that's something that girls, women should handle that shit. Y'all deal with the girls. If it's a bunch of boys, hell yeah, Mortal Kombat, motherfucker. We gonna get some DC superhero cartoons because I like watching that shit
Right.
too. But you just gotta look, man. I'm not shocked by this, and this is the reason why. We did a show last year where we talked about these fucked up ass prom proposals.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And the motherfucker,
Yeah.
will you hang with me for prom? And you got the kids up there just staring. Those were kids with these right here. This is a baby. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's what this is different. You know what I mean?
Right,
This is a birthday party. This isn't a proposal to, go to
Right.
prom or anything like that.
Right.
These are babies. You know what I mean? To the point where she read it and the mom got pissed because the kid laughed.
And see, I had
certain kids laughed and was like didn't understand about, the whole gorilla thing. It just pissed me all the way off. And like I said, that these parents are better than me, man. They're better than me.
Now, I gotta ask the flip side. Hopefully, Dr. Umar won't watch this and call me a coon.
Oh, you cooning. You cooning already.
If you got
Just
the,
for
if you even
saying
got the, yeah, just for saying that.
Just for
You're
saying
already
that.
in his radar. Okay.
Now, is there a possibility?
Hmm.
We gotta be as objective as possible.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that the little girl just got a thing for animals and it was something innocent, and she wasn't implying that the little girl was a gorilla? Because the mother's like, yeah, this is not the theme. But if you look at kids goofy. They draw shit.
Yeah.
My nephew draws shit. He draw me fucked up to the motherfucker, but I'm just happy to have it. You know what I'm saying? So is it a possibility that her just being a kid, maybe she saw some shit on PBS or something, and hey, not saying anything was right, not co-signing this bullshit, because
Gotcha.
you referred to your friend as a gorilla, and it was still on your parents to look at that and say, "Ooh, shit,
Yep.
maybe not."
That's the point.
They ain't gonna like that shit.
That's
Joe
the
Rogan
point.
just got caught up on that bullshit.
That is my point. Is oversight. The parents are supposed to check everything before their kids leave the house, and this is a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what you got. You know what I mean? Proofread.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Right.
no. You know what? We'll be stopping by Walgreens. We'll get something.
Right.
We'll
pick
pick something
out.
Yeah, you keep this one here. You know what I mean? Keep this one here. We'll go get something else. It's just the lack thereof.
Yeah, matter of fact, burn this motherfucker just in case she ever come over and see it.
Yeah, and when the mom was like, I let my child go over to their house and have, play dates or sleepovers or whatever, and now she probably questioning every damn thing. Like, I don't know what my kid done heard, seen, whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I'm not there. And now, she has to wash her hands of, that family.
Because here's the other thing. And then I'm gonna render this judgment. Here's the other thing. Again, let's think about this. On the cover of that card, it looks like a bird or something. It looks like a bird.
Okay.
The little girl just might have a thing for animals, and she might have drawn animals. That's clearly a fucking bird. I don't know what kind of fucked up bird that is, but it's a bird.
Yeah, there was another photo.
I saw the gorilla one.
Yeah.
I saw the gorilla one. It was fucked up, but I'm saying kids just do
like
things,
said,
man.
They're goofy, but parents have.
Absolutely.
Especially in this day and age and in this climate, you don't dance around gasoline.
Absolutely. But wait a second.
You know
just feel me.
All right.
Maybe the parents again looked at it and said, my kid, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't, the parents probably don't even think like that. Cause I'm gonna just wait till I end this. I'm gonna wrap this shit up real nice for you.
All right.
Maybe the parents know their kid Maybe the parents don't think like that. Maybe they ain't on no calling the little girl no ape or nothing like that. Maybe it wasn't that kind of thing. But the little girl just goofy. The little girl just wanted to show her artistic thing off. I used to like to draw the shit out of cars. I would draw the homies' cars. Like, hey, nigga, you want look at this? It's got spikes on the wheels. It could drive up a wall. It's got a shovel on it for no reason. It must be snow wherever it's at because it's got a snow plow and what looks to be a minigun on top.
I got you.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Maybe they didn't know. However, here's my thing. I still got to give props to the mom. Like she said, it hurt. It was a tough thing to kill that friendship. But I would rather her, even if it was innocent, even if it was fucking innocent, and nothing was meant and they don't know nothing, I would rather her kill that fucking friendship. Because too often in this our society, a lot of these fucking parents don't pay attention to shit like this.
Thank you.
And they let the bullshit go on.
Thank you. Yep.
The kids grow up with all kind of fucked up confidence, and they let these other white kids do and treat them like shit. Hence, that's why you got a black girl that went up to college and forgave a girl who shoved her toothbrush up in her puss.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the girl got sick, got all kind of infections.
Yeah.
That's why you get a girl that get kidnapped up in West Virginia by all of her fucking white friends and made to eat dog shit and some other shit. I could go story for story for story. That's why you get a black woman, and I think it was Georgia, who goes to have some kind of weird grown-up slumber party with all her white girlfriends, and they found her fucking face down in the pool. I'm just saying, you keep seeing these stories. I'm glad the mother says, you know what?
That's it.
I'm sorry. I understand your friend is a kid, but she's just a casualty of this war. Our kid, for real, our kid is collateral damage. Our kids get abused far too often. We're in a society where you got teachers cutting their braids off because they don't like them. They won't permit them to go to prom because they don't like their braids. You know what I'm saying? In one school they stopped the prom because it was a black and a white couple.
Yep.
You know, you can't you won't be able to come to school to get your report card if you don't cut them dreads off. It's too much, man. It's fucking too much.
Yeah, no, what was that down south where they had 2 separate proms?
Yes.
You know what I mean? You know, so I applaud the mom for keeping her cool, first off.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Instead of just lashing out and like, the party's over.
Right.
All y'all get the fuck out. But
right.
She kept it moving and was just like, okay, that's just one. Now my antennas is up on everything.
Mm-hmm.
On everything. Like every fucking Barbie doll better be fucking black.
Yep.
You know, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like, seriously, I'm not playing with y'all right now.
Right.
And, you know, I'm gonna get this party over with, and then we're gonna start screening everybody. You know, so I get it, man. It's just one of those. 100. I told you, I got a soft spot for the elderly and kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what pissed me off.
Yeah,
you know, but
shout out
to mom for doing the right thing, for stepping up and taking care of her baby.
Absolutely. Shout out from 3PMD.
Indeed.
Yeah, reminds me of what was that? Jesus is black, and so is Cleopatra.
Yeah.
Told the same story as like 10, 15 years ago, where a girl go to school and the teacher told her, "You're a gorilla. Your mama's a gorilla. Your daddy's a gorilla. Don't tell nobody."
See?
Yeah. Think about
that
man. Look,
that's why I said, man, I have zero patience for this kind of bullshit.
Again,
I understand it's a kid, but oversight by the parents. You know the climate.
Our kids go to school, and besides getting their ass whipped by police officers, you got these fucked up teachers that want to say, "All right, we're going to teach about slavery, and all the black kids, you're going to dress up like slaves." Like, so you made these clothes, bitch, and brought them to school to put on my kid? You bought a bunch of Kanye clothing wear and brought this shit to school to put on my kid?
Got them all, you know, walking around like Tyler Perry's Ruthless. Yeah, you know. Shout out to Tyler Perry. That's what Kanye clothes remind me of, man.
Man.
Anyway,
I didn't know he had his own clethes.
Man. We can move on, man.
Let's not go there with Kanye's. Let's not go there with the Kanye, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Our weekly
Let's get it.
Am I the asshole? Did you read it?
I read it.
Okay.
Somebody kick that shit off, man.
Brother.
Here,
Mike,
let me find the story here.
You're gonna read the whole story.
Yeah,
Man. I was like, ooh, that interracial dating. It's one of those, man, you should know off rip even before you get married.
You keep hearing the horror stories with this shit.
The fucking the what you call it, the microaggressions and all kind of subtle shit. You hear that? You should know. I'm sure you'd have been to many dinners and mama done said some slick shit at the table. Now you want to marry into that? Yeah. I hope old boy make a 6 figs. I hope it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you tied in.
All right, so here it is. The internet has backed a woman who's branded her mother-in-law a racist bitch over sly comments about her children and black people. The black woman, 32, explained that her 34-year-old white husband's mother had repeatedly made racist comments, including about an Asian cashier's eyes and her own grandchildren. After revealing she was pregnant, the woman said her mother-in-law, who she calls Lisa, said she hoped the child would have blue eyes, and claimed she was upset when her daughter was born with brown eyes. The woman said her mother-in-law also made an offensive comment when her grandson was born. Lisa did not even try to hide her disappointment. My son was born with hazel eyes, and his hair is also tighter than his sister's.
That's snappy.
Yeah. She made a sly comment saying, "You can't have everything," insinuating that my daughter was blessed to have lighter skin and looser hair than my son was blessed to have pretty eyes. So when the poster brought it up with her husband of 6 years, she claimed that he brushed it over and said his mother was a product of her time. But the tension between the family members spilled over at a party when the couple hosted to celebrate their anniversary. The final straw for the woman came when her mother-in-law introduced her as her black daughter-in-law to her friends. After the woman pulled Lisa to the side and told her to stop, the mother-in-law snapped back and said, "You're my daughter-in-law and you're black. You people are so sensitive." In a moment of anger, the woman called Lisa a racist bitch. The woman claimed that after she made the comment, everybody at the party turned against her, and that she and her husband later argued about the point she made. Following the argument, the woman said her husband later went to stay at his mother's house. So, yeah, be careful what family you marry into.
I want to say she's not the asshole, but you walked into that.
Oh, okay. All righty. Go ahead, brother.
You see what I'm saying? You come on now. If she's this blatant, this wasn't a one-time event.
No.
She's been like this out the gate. I'm sure she said some slick shit when he brought your ass home.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna kind of say I'm gonna flip the script on this one, say that she is the asshole because she married into it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna say this. Bust it. Yeah, you right.
You set that up so mean. He was like, "Yeah, so bust it." You right.
Your mammy-in-law is racist.
Yeah.
But like my esteemed colleague, big brother, cousin Eddie said, "Bitch, you knew what time it was, and you ain't give a fuck about no niggas. You ain't care nothing about what she said about other black people.
Facts.
You was mad because it was like, okay, you can say what you want about me, but damn, you ain't accepting my kids. It's a problem with this shit."
Yeah.
Far too often. See, you got these, they call them the manosphere. We not part of that. We not part of the manosphere, but they call them divestors. Group of women that like, oh, I'm not dating black men anymore. That type of shit. And it's like, oh, we just gonna deal with the white guys and everybody else who'll accept us. Far too often, these women forget they separate black men and black women. Not understanding that black is black, motherfucker.
Facts.
Black is black. They don't care if you got a dick or a cooch. You black. and these motherfuckers feel the same way equally. All right. There might be subtle differences in who's disliked and why, but we black, we get discriminated against. All right. We got a special type of discrimination that comes our way. Just because you marry a motherfucking white person or somebody other than is not going to change your circumstances and who you are. You knew what it was when you was walking into it. You mean to tell me that woman waited till you said I do to show her true colors?
Facts.
You knew what it was.
She
And
kept
you
her foot on her neck from the gate. So
right.
Stop it. Yeah.
But you were so happy to be laying up with Scott. You know what I mean? and look, it ain't nothing wrong with that. It ain't
Facts.
if that's what you choose, if that's your twist, you do that. But you need to vet a motherfucker and quit being happy you laying up in the bed with somebody of a different race. Men do it too, but we talking about this bitch. Because people don't see, motherfuckers don't want to talk about the women when they do this. They call brothers sellouts all fucking day. That brother's a sellout. Clarence Thomas is sellout because he didn't. But ain't nobody talking about it. Just like this chick Ketanji, the Supreme Court justice that's up right now going through her confirmation. There was some racist shit going on over at what is it? It's either Boeing or Lockheed Martin. There was some shit going on in Mississippi, of course, and this dude ended up coming and he started shooting some of the black workers. But he had been saying shit for the longest, making idle threats, saying old school racist shit, Mississippi burning racist shit.
Gotcha.
Turned out they did an investigation, found out it was the culture after he killed his people. Well, the case, she presided over the case. I think it was $19 or so million or something like that was going to end up going to those employees. Just needed her signature. And she fucked that shit off. Okay? You see a lot of goofy shit coming from these people that got spouses that are other. Don't nobody want to point it the fuck out, but you see it. You know, and you're not going to tell me that you thought, because women got this thing. This is women in general, no matter what man they're dealing with. They got this thing where they think they're going to change a man. Now, even if you did change this guy, you ain't going to change his family.
Because you married the family.
You married the family. I didn't just marry my woman. I married this entire group of people.
Right. And you vetted everybody.
Right. I vetted everybody.
Vets, shit.
And please believe now, I got everybody's approval. But you a crazy motherfucker if you think that when you walk into a relationship, you gotta be fucking nuts if you think that everybody ain't vetting your ass. You gotta be crazy if you think you don't have to get a certain amount of approvals before that shit goes any further. Because a person's family will make it fucking hell for you. It just happens to be in this case that the person that's making your life a living hell is your mammy-in-law, and your husband is going with it.
Did we not do an episode on red flags?
Come on.
You know what I mean? This is a certified red flag, man.
Yes.
The mom was just, like you said, this what the husband says, she's from a different era. Yeah, then you leave him and her in that damn era. You know what I mean? And you move on. You know what I mean? Because nobody gonna introduce you as my black. I have a name.
Right. What era is he referring to? The fucking 80s? You know what I mean?
Right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Because
what fucking era? Like, the shit wasn't excusable in the 80s.
Hey, and let's call it what it is. This shit ain't never been excusable. It ain't never been excusable.
Right.
It was just a time our people felt like they had. And look, man, I was kind of harsh, but a lot of our people felt like they was kind of fucking. But hey, man, we behind enemy lines. I don't know what the fuck to do with it. We ain't gonna excuse it, motherfucker. But we just gonna have to take this one on the cheek, because it can end up with somebody coming to our house at night, or one of our kids getting hurt. It was a point in time where it was like that. But like you said, 80s. This nigga only 34 years old.
Yeah.
Right. She come from a different time. Like, don't say time. Just say a different sector of America.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? She's from, I don't know, Appalachia. Something like that where, there isn't a lot of melanin,
Fellas, we all from Appalachia. We from Youngstown. 36 counties are part of the Appalachian Mountains. Trumbull and Mahoning County are part of it.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
Appalachia, Ohio, baby. It's the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. I did some research on that shit.
You get my point.
I got you.
It's just one of those things where you had baby number 1 and she was talking shit. What do you think she was gonna say about baby number 2?
Okay, thank you, bro. I'm glad you did that. You thought it was gonna get better with baby number 2? You thought the other one was just gonna automatically come out light?
Right, with blue eyes. You know what I mean? Come on now.
What if that motherfucker come out looking like Ed with a beard? What would she have said then?
Lord, she cheated on my son.
Yeah.
She cheated on my son.
No, hell no. Because true story, that's what happened with my grandmother. My grandmother, I got a picture of the man. He was German and Native American. He's fucking hated my grandmother because she came out dark. He put her out the house as a little girl.
Yeah.
Sad story. And my grandmother was a sweetheart, man.
Yeah, like I said, man, folks get on that colorism, you know what I mean? Real tough. Thinking that the bloodline has to stay, pure.
Right.
In their mind or whatever. I mean, that's when, we go back to, the 1800s when they were actually inbreeding. That's when you start seeing the pictures, you start seeing the timeline, and cousin Steve wasn't looking too right.
No,
you know what I mean? And then they realized we can't just keep trying to keep our blood pure by inbreeding. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have to venture out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And some of the most beautiful people in the world are biracial.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And for the masses, they just don't get that. Like in the world of science, man, there is no color. A white person and another white person can have a dark-skinned kid because of DNA. There's this thing called DNA. It's mixed with everything.
It's science.
Thank you. It's gonna anything could happen. Anything could happen.
You might have an ancestor from 1800 show up in your kid.
Thank you.
In this day and age. What's up? Resurrection, baby. Look at this hair.
A kid, you know what I'm saying? Fuck around and have a kid with silver eyes.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like, where did that come from? Fucking
look.
Panama. I don't know. Shit,
Look at Ronda Rousey. Her mom busted her out. Yeah. Her granddaddy was half black. Why'd you tell?
I could tell.
Joe Rogan's talking about me.
Coming out, with so-called black features. These girls that are born with naturally full lips.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Natural.
Yep.
It's crazy. That's why it kills me. I'm like, oh my God, I hope the kid come out with this, that, and the third. It was like you get what you get.
Right.
It's a genetic lottery. You get what
the
you
fuck
get.
do it matter?
Just make sure the baby's healthy.
Right.
If you worried about the aesthetics.
That's what I'm saying. You better motherfuckers would be happy with a beautiful Rain Man.
You know what's crazy is I worked with a woman who white people and Italians, they like white people know who's white. And she had a baby with an Italian dude.
See?
And all her fucking parents could talk about was like, oh, you can't wash that dark off.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, you're talking about how greasy her babies were and all kinds of shit. Like, motherfuckers, man.
Let me tell you,
want them pure bloodlines.
Yeah, and there's no such thing. That's what I don't understand. Pick up a fucking book. There's no such thing as pure bloodline.
Let me tell you something. There was this when I was doing cable, there was this one client. She had her last name, I never forgot it. She was Greek. Her last name was Papadopoulos. And I had to ask her, like, how do you pronounce that? She said, you got it right. Motherfucker had that olive colored complexion skin.
Yeah.
She had a picture of her with all her friends. And she looked like DJ LOH. She was the darkest one in there compared to him. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that, but we talking about genetics.
That's
you
it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot too hung up on that shit, man. Too hung up on that shit
for all the wrong. Because what was that? Tank, your Rock's daughter. What color's her eyes?
Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. I mean, it's a genetic lottery.
Yeah.
My
You
My
know,
dad's
sister's
eyes
eyes
are
are
blue.
blue.
just like his sister's eyes.
Yeah.
The same
Grandfather's
deal.
eye was blue.
See,
Mhm.
Yeah.
genetic lottery.
Right.
You don't know how when that's going to kick in.
Yeah.
Right. Right. I mean, I don't know, man. People put too much stock in that shit. Motherfucking beautiful person could be the most awful fucking person in the world.
Definitely.
But you gotta understand, man. It wasn't none of this shit in the 80s.
Really? You said what?
That time where his mother's from. Yeah,
Right.
none of this shit in
Yo.
the 80s.
And for him to fall back on that, and for her and her instinct not to kick in and be like, your mother was
Motherfucker.
born in the
The
80s.
fuck did you say? Right.
Right. You know what I mean? So again, my initial assessment, she's the asshole.
Yeah, she is the asshole.
She's
Yep.
the asshole in this one.
Mm.
This is
She's
all
an
it is.
asshole and she's a fucking fool. Like you said, you got what you paid for.
Facts.
You got what the fuck you paid for. You look, man. It's just certain shit you can hear in the conversation right away to let you know about a person. She knew what was up.
Yeah.
She knew what was up, but I think it was just again, she was happy to have one of these dudes. And you seeing this shit, it's backfiring. Like that motherfucker down in Florida, what was his name? DJ Kid was down there. They said he gave like 600 black women HIV.
Yeah.
White dude, because they was yeah. You just saw these beautiful. It was like two beautiful black girls. One was beautiful, one was hood beautiful, but they ended up dying. And what's happening? Police don't want to press charges against the dudes because we don't know what happened. Well, that's who the fuck they was with.
Yeah.
And one girl was bleeding from every fucking orifice of her body.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, man.
Buyer's remorse. That's all.
Yep.
It's buyer's remorse right now. And
Yep.
you got to deal with that because that is your mother-in-law.
Absolutely.
You know,
Hopefully these kids don't get babysat by grandma. Jesus
You know-
Christ. Can you imagine the shit that woman would put in those kids' head?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All day. And when you got a father who's just passive, well, you do know your grandmother was raised on MTV.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you know how that go.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking crazy. Good point, Tank. Good point.
Yeah.
It's like the fucking 80s. It's
Right.
like we love the fucking 80s.
Right. That bullshit the fuck out of here, man. Yeah, you was a dickhead.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. We finally got one where the person asked the question and they got
Yeah.
answered. Yeah,
This is what
you are the asshole.
What are we now? What? 2-1?
Yeah. Two
Yeah.
and
Pretty
one.
much.
2-1. I like this segment. Yeah, we got to keep this shit.
I got another one. For you.
Okay.
I got another one. Try
Let's
to keep it going.
let's get it. All right. What we got in there?
That's it.
Yeah.
Our boy, man, taking advantage of this whole new era of cannabis, man. Why not?
Yeah, Tyson
Why not?
Ranch, man. He produces some of the finest cannabis ever graced the lungs of any human being on the planet
Right.
Earth.
To the
But
point
yeah,
where-
I guess he had Evander Holyfield on his podcast at Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson,
Okay.
and he was like, "Hey, man, you know, we can make these gummy bears with bites out of the ears. It'd be holy ears."
Dope.
So they're partners?
Dope.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Dope. I didn't know that part. That's
Yeah.
dope. That's even better. Go ahead, Mike.
so yeah, so hopefully you know, numbers are right, and yeah, they can look out for each other, man. That'd be fucking dope.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
it, man. I remember that documentary they did. It was like, man, you ever think about they were inside some high rise and they were looking at all these skyscrapers and stuff. It was like, we should own this shit. You know, Mike was saying that. I'm like, did you ever think about that? It's like, this should be our stuff. You know what I mean? Considering how much money they fucking blew
yeah,
Yeah.
by not having the financial guidance at that time.
Yeah.
And I'm just so grateful that this dude is still around to do a second act.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know, 'cause
Mike,
there's a lot of kids don't even know that he even boxed. Their introduction to him was The Hangover.
yeah.
It was like, I like that dude. He's funny as hell. And we all like, dude, this was the baddest man on the planet for
Yeah.
damn near a decade. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But it's cool to see these guys get a second act. And I just appreciate him coming around and him being so like zen now.
Yeah, he attributes a lot of that to psychoactives, doing mushrooms and DMT.
Wow.
Yeah, so like if Go on YouTube and just search for Mike Tyson and his DMT experience, and everybody, they just call DMT the God molecule.
Wow.
I mean, it's supposed to take you, on that
Okay.
next plane, and
Gotcha.
everybody talks about how it's life changing. But yeah, fucking mellowed him out. Fucking shrooms
Dope.
and DMT.
Dope.
Yeah. And
When
now
you have, he admitted his appetite. He's like, man, whenever I do something, it has to be all the way. If I'm doing coke, it got to be the most coke. If I'm doing, it got to be the most. If I'm doing, females, I gotta have, I can't just have one. It has to be over the top. And he was like, I had to learn how to, and I guess what you said, these treatments or whatever, is just putting a cap on his appetite. You know what I mean? It's just like not necessarily suppressing it. It's just reducing the urges, I guess, to the point where he doesn't have to go out there and sneak and, go on a bender. Because I guess, most of his relationship, that's what he was doing. He's the breadwinner. He was just going off on a bender. But for some reason, this dude, like his wives are like solid chicks, business ladies, attorneys, and all that stuff. And they like, look here, this is what we're going to do. You know what I mean? You like to get, you still like to get high. Let's get into this cannabis shit. I'll partner with you. We'll do this. We'll make moves. You're not going to be, the old school 90s Mike Tyson rich, but you're going to live a nice life. You're going to be fine. You'll be able to take care of your kids. You're going to be, sustained. And look at him, man. He's making all the right moves. Considering where he was going, I never thought we'd be sitting here talking, about Mike Tyson like this, man.
The dude, have you heard him talk at all just about philosophy?
Yeah.
This dude is fucking deep. Like I never would have thought.
Mike Tyson is giving advice to cats, street dudes. Like, look, man, been there, done that. There's another way. And coming from him, cats are going to shut up, stop, and listen. It's coming from Mike. He comes from that life. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing, man. And I applaud his, his endeavors now. Him doing this, and he's legit across the board.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Mike and shout out to Holyfield. Sometimes Mike says some questionable shit, but for me, I think that man's first half was so. Even though he had the most money, the big houses, the tiger, and all that shit, I think that's happy. When he had his
happy,
right, and he had his hardest run. And I guess we can say the same thing about Holyfield, man. Look at them fucking kids he had, man.
That part.
He bought a mansion with like 100 rooms and still didn't have enough rooms.
It's that Rick Ross house.
There you
that's
go.
The house.
From Coming to America too.
Yeah, that was Holyfield's house.
And it's good to see a lot of our icons, whatever you feel about them. It's good to see our icons be able to feed themselves and not all fucking broke up and destitute. I love to see the stories like the Mike Tyson and Holyfield. I love to see the stories like Uncle Charlie Wilson. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
Uncle Charlie got banned, drug problem, met his wife in rehab. She been with him ever since. And this motherfucker is making better music than he ever have in his life.
Second act.
Second act. You know what I mean? Look, we thought it was going to be away from Ron, but, I guess he had some issues. But, everybody can't win. But the thing is, man, Mike had it so hard. When you listen to him talk about his childhood and how he just damn near going to tears, man, it was just his road has been hell. Lost his baby. It's nice to see this brother smile, man.
Thank you.
Nice to see this brother smile.
And I love that there's a whole generation who don't even know that part.
Yeah.
All they know is hangover, cannabis guy.
Yeah, and you know what?
They don't know any of that stuff.
They don't need to.
I love it. I love it.
They don't need to, man, because after a certain point, man, these brothers deserve some kind of peace, man.
Yeah.
You know what
and
I'm
that's
saying?
And that's all he wanted.
Right.
Like you said, all that money he had, he just tricked it off because he was not happy.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't about mismanagement of funds. Some of it was, but for the most part, nothing's going to go right if you're not happy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He was the captain of his ship, and he was just like, man, I'm just not right in my spirit. I'm just not right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he humbled himself and pulled himself back up.
Did you guys ever see that one man show he did?
Loved it.
Yes.
Loved
I
it.
saw both
God,
of
man.
the documentaries. Yeah. That shit was
Loved
rough
it.
to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. When
When
they
he
were doing
actually
the
beat
commentary,
Buster Douglas and all that shit.
the part when his wife was telling him, you know, to turn around and talk to the, you know, the audience, because it was the part about his daughter passing away,
Mm-hmm.
and he couldn't turn around. You know what I mean? The face, mind you, this is the baddest, to me, the baddest dude on the planet. You know what I mean? And he couldn't face that part. He was like, it was just too rough. And they were in like in real time. And she's like coaching him, like, Mike, you gotta go back out there. You gotta go. And he couldn't pretty much, you know, continue on about, you know, talking about his daughter. He got choked up, which, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit. But yeah, I love that Broadway play. I mean, and people, I mean, they got great reviews. It was Mike Tyson. He was talking about going to speech therapy, and you know, people helping him out with his words and all that. And he made it beautiful, man.
That's what's up.
Shit was dope. But yeah, man,
Absolutely,
definitely
man.
a big Mike Tyson fan, man. Even when he was on his other shit or whatever, he was just going through it. That's all.
Yeah.
We all go through shit in our life, man. So
Like, just think about when we watched that Barbara Walters special with him and Robin.
Yeah.
And she talked all that shit, and the baddest man on the planet is sitting there taking them hits, taking them to the chin,
On
I never
live
did-
TV.
I never did
on
any of
live
this stuff.
TV. He's sitting there like, wow.
And she knew what she was doing. That
Yeah.
bitch still rotten to this day, man. She should be she should be popping up in about 5 months. She pop out every 10 years, Mike whoop my ass. Like,
Dude,
that shit ain't saving your career.
That shit hurt. And
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, she's talking,
Bitch.
but I'm watching him. I never forget that of all the stuff that he's been on, that sticks out to me the most, that interview, because she went in and was just like this big ass victim, but yet he's right there. If he was that damn bad, y'all shouldn't even have been on the couch together.
Right.
Yeah.
The way she put him down, I
And
can never forget that interview, man. Never.
Unless this bitch is an X-Man, she healed well from his beatings.
She was way too comfortable.
We saw what he did to Mitch Green with one.
Oh
fucking
my
punch.
God. Yeah, with no gloves on.
So she took the shit. She just took the ass whooping. Like, come on, man. Like,
And she don't have a speech impediment.
right.
You know what I mean?
A limp, a permanent limp,
Right.
a lazy eye. Come on, man.
Permanent lazy eye.
Right.
None of that. But yet she's still sitting there like, oh my God, the abuse.
Right.
You know, and I was just sitting there like, I'm looking at him like, Mike.
It was painful, man.
That hurt. Like all the stuff he's been through, going to prison, all that interview hurt me. Even worse than when I saw him get beat by Buster. That interview hurt me.
And I don't think anybody believed that bullshit.
nah, but the accusation, just making the accusation is yeah. And then now, like, of course, we remember Mitch Green and how fucked up his eye was just from one punch in a street fight. You know, not beating your woman at home. You know?
Right.
But come on, man. No. But like you said, she'll pop up. Yeah, it might beat my ass, you know, just to steal some of his shine and knock him down a little bit.
Might beat my ass.
I wonder if he could make a gummy for me.
Yeah.
Right. You want to put me on there with a swollen eye gummy, bitch? Tyler Perry, can you put me in a play? Mike whoop my ass.
Wow.
You gonna put her on there with Elvin?
Yeah, man. Let's not even get that no more shine. Mike is doing good.
There you go.
Taking care of business. You know what I mean? He's legit across the board, man. The dude is putting out great energy. You know what I mean? And I didn't even know him and Holyfield teamed up on this one. I thought it was just him. And somebody like, hey, Mike, you might want to go ahead and go drop this or whatever. It's a good, marketing scheme. But that's dope as hell if him and Holyfield is teamed up on this. That's dope.
Mike bites.
That is dope.
I want some of them shits.
Yeah, man, take a tragedy, man, and flip that shit. Make some money off of it, man. And now that everybody can sit back and somewhat enjoy that kind of, because it was painful. That was some painful shit. Mike, to me, was the ultimate, brawler. Man. But then all of a sudden, it just turned real street. It went from professional to street. Like, you do whatever you got to do to survive a ass whooping, and that's what happened. Like, I stab you, I dive on you, I bite you, do whatever I got to do to make sure you don't knock me the fuck out. And that's what he did. I get it, but
Hey, you guys think that Holyfield will have a problem? Him being a man of the cloth now. Now he's accepting drug money.
No, because it's legit. It's legit now. It's legalized cannabis in how many states?
Yeah.
Who sits on the board now? Old boy from Ohio. What was that? The dude who was always crying.
Oh, John Boehner.
John Boehner.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't get no more holier than thou than that. Yeah. So stop it. It's legalized money. It just can't get FDIC, but yeah, it's legalized money, legal business now. Yeah, he'll accept that shit. He still got those kids he got to take care of, damn it.
Shit. That was like 20 years ago. Them kids should be grown by now.
Don't matter. Don't matter. Don't matter, man. He's still going to have a kid in high school.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. For the next 4 or 5 years. I saw the documentary of him training one of his sons or whatever, boxing or some shit. But yeah, you still got, man, your family's your family. You just don't cut them off at 18. Motherfuckers still gonna come around. You know how much gas costs? Everybody need help. But yeah, man, wine of the week.
What we got?
Chateau, Sovereign Rain, some shit, man.
Oh, when it's empty.
Yeah. It was good. It was good. It's good and it's gone. Man, don't be thinking I'll be starting off on a full bottle. That ain't the case, man. That ain't the case, man. I still got to punch that clock, man.
We drink a bottle and talk this shit.
Give me one of them Holyfield ears, man.
There you go.
Tuck myself
I'm trying to give you one of them motherfuckers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's this week's show.
Yeah.
Thank you for the new subs. And
thank you. Appreciate you.
If there's something you want us to talk about, please leave a comment. And we'll try to get to it.
Hey, and like and goddamn subscribe. Next time we're going to say this shit at the beginning.
Nobody watches this shit today.
Right. They probably like, you might as well shut up. 180, no, 200. Let me not shortchange this. 280 something motherfuckers.
Yeah.
130 something views on a video, and it's 4 likes, nigga. This like that.
We gotta say that. We gotta say that at the beginning. You're right. You're right, man. Hit that damn like.
I'm gonna have to add that into the intro.
Yeah, write that down for next week. I gotta say something in the beginning because that's where we get them. The first 5 minutes is where we get them. That's
right.
That's it, man.
Right on. All right, gentlemen.
All right.
It's been real, man. Good talking with y'all brothers.
Yes, sir. Next week.
Peace.
Peace.